don't think y'all gonna want to hear this, but I gotta tell you anyway, because it's breaking news from New Post. I'm gonna drop it down below. But there seems to be a stupor over the American people. There's maybe like a small remnant amount of people that know about history, can see what's happening. But in the breaking news, Trump is deporting or sending 30,000 migrants to Guantanamo Bay. And this would be the equivalent of a concentration camp, a camp where you can have enslaved people, because in the American Constitution, if you are illegal, as they deem illegal, if you did something that they deem is not right, then you can of course be a slave, as a lot of our brothers and sisters know who are trapped in that system. And it's just the irony, because when the Europeans came over, mostly Western Europeans, Irish and Americans came over, nobody put them in concentration camps. Some natives welcomed them in. They tried to get along with them, and it cost them their entire society, to be quite honest. And so, I don't know, is anybody awake out there? Y'all awake? I'm gonna stay awake. I'm gonna stay aware. I'm gonna stay in the mode of right ruling and righteousness, because what we've seen happen in Gaza, what we've seen happen that's currently happening in Congo, what we see that's about to happen on American soil, the way that humanity is treated over and over by these imperialists is an atrocity, is very evil and twisted, is just, I'm kind of speechless, and I'm still like, okay, what does this lead to? And I want to document these things, because I know that we're going to look back, if this stuff isn't like sorted out, and some of the other people in these institutions find a way to sort this out and do it in a different way, we're going to be looking back at this time and seeing the similarities between Adolf Hitler and the current administration. Because it's shaping up. If y'all would just go, look, y'all got AI now. If y'all really don't like to research, just have AI do the research and compare these two figures and their times that they were in control and power in their office, and the things that they would say. Because something that Hitler did early on, he would have people wear badges, so they would have to share their identity. He was huge on like identity, race, craziness. Anybody that functions in that type of way. And so all these 30,000 people going to Guantanamo Bay, Mexico said they didn't want to take back some of the people. There's people in the 200,000s from El Salvador. I saw the numbers that they actually report on how many people. It's like, first of all, who brought that many people? And then the fact that they brought them now, on top of that, they're like, okay, send them to Guantanamo Bay. I have 30,000 beds. I looked at the video from New Post. I think that's what the news station is called. I looked at the video, and they were essentially in the comments like, oh, this is why he wants Greenland. Oh, this is why he wants to take over the Gulf of Mexico and name it the Gulf of America. There's an agenda here that is very dark. And I'm really disappointed in our community. I am. As descendants of enslaved people, we should know better than to support imperialism. It's really frightening. It's honestly frightening to me that our community even has some of the responses we're having. And I would very much urge our community to get back on accord with the spirit of the Most High that we see in the Word, in the Bible, what He says in the Torah about strangers, what He says in the Torah about right ruling. Because this guy, he's like, you know, I gotta get all the rapists out, and it's like, my dude, you wasn't just doing those activities? True or false? But because he's of a certain demographic, it's like, okay, just let it fly. And our community is like, yeah, let it fly. And it's like, no, don't let it fly. Y'all can't see this. Y'all can't see reality. Y'all in a different world. But it's like, hey, I'm glad that I'm not there. But it does sadden my heart that our community has fallen so much that we don't even register evil when we see it. Now I can see why these different leaders like Stalin, like Hitler, like, what was that guy from Belgium that went into Congo? What was that guy's name? Leopold. Gosh, that guy was sick, wasn't he? Right? He thought Congo was his Guantanamo Bay, right? Ooh, anything for the supremacist notion. King Leopold, you know? That was the worst atrocity in history, straight up. And we're seeing these same atrocities happen over and over. And our community decides to just be like, oh, everything's all right. It's all good. It's not all good. This is an issue. This is a problem. And I'm scared for your morality if you can't see it. Shalom, shalom.